Today we're talking about something very important, diabetes prevention. And Sophie, when I look at this image, I see something very powerful. It says, healthy habits for a sweet life. I love that expression. Sweet life, but not too much sugar.
Exactly, Lucas. It's funny because diabetes is directly connected to sugar, but the message here is not remove sweetness from your life. It's about balance. You can live a sweet life emotionally, mentally, socially, without destroying your health.
Yes, and let's describe what we see. You and I are standing outside in a green park, nature everywhere. That already sends a message. Movement, fresh air, calm environment. That's step number one.
Absolutely. A healthy environment influences healthy decisions. If you are always inside, sitting, stressed, surrounded by junk food, your body reacts. But look at the table. Water, fruits, eggs, grilled chicken, lemon, even a clock.
That clock is interesting. It says 10 p.m. Why do you think that's there?
Because timing matters. Diabetes prevention is not only about what you eat, but when you eat and how you sleep. Late-night eating increases blood sugar levels. Poor sleep affects insulin sensitivity.
That's very important. Many people think diabetes is only about sugar, but it's also about lifestyle rhythm, sleep cycles, stress, physical activity.
Let's talk about the food. I see apples and bananas, natural sugars, fiber, vitamins. That's different from processed sugar.
Yes, an apple contains fiber. That fiber slows down sugar absorption. A soda, it hits your bloodstream immediately.
Exactly. And look at the eggs. Eggs are protein. Protein stabilizes blood sugar. When you eat protein with carbohydrates, your glucose levels don't spike as fast.
So if someone eats white bread alone, sugar spikes, but if they eat whole grain bread with eggs, more stable.
Yes, and the grilled chicken? Lean protein. No fried food, no heavy oil. That's intentional.
And water. Hydration plays a huge role. When you're dehydrated, blood sugar concentration can increase.
True. Many people confuse thirst with hunger. They snack when they actually need water.
Let's talk about prevention. What is diabetes exactly?
Diabetes is a condition where the body cannot properly regulate blood sugar. In type 2 diabetes, which is the most common, the body becomes resistant to insulin.
And insulin is the hormone that allows sugar to enter the cells.
Correct. Without proper insulin action, sugar stays in the bloodstream. Over time, that damages blood vessels, nerves, kidneys, eyes, and heart.
So prevention means maintaining insulin sensitivity.
Exactly. And how do we do that? Movement, diet, weight management, stress control, sleep.
Let's talk about movement. We're standing in a park in the image. That path behind us suggests walking.
Walking is one of the most underrated exercises. Just 30 minutes a day can significantly reduce diabetes risk.
Even after meals, a 10-minute walk helps lower blood sugar.
Yes, after eating, glucose rises. If you walk, muscles use that glucose immediately.
Now, stress. People don't talk enough about stress and diabetes.
Stress releases cortisol. Cortisol increases blood sugar because it prepares your body for fight or flight. But modern stress is not about running from danger. It's about emails, bills, deadlines.
And chronic stress means chronically elevated glucose levels.
So relaxation is not luxury, it's prevention. Meditation, deep breathing, prayer, journaling, social connection, these reduce stress hormones.
Let's talk about weight. Excess body fat, especially around the abdomen, increases insulin resistance.
Yes, visceral fat is metabolically active. It interferes with insulin signaling.
But we should be careful not to shame people. Prevention is about gradual improvement.
Exactly. Small changes. Replace soda with water. Replace fried food with grilled options. Add vegetables to every meal.
What about intermittent fasting? The clock shows 10 p.m.
Time-restricted eating can help some people. Not eating late at night allows insulin levels to stabilize, but it must be done safely.
So not extreme dieting, sustainable habits.
Always sustainable. Diabetes prevention is a long-term strategy.
Let's talk about symptoms people should watch for.
Frequent urination, excessive thirst, fatigue, blurred vision, slow wound healing.
And many people don't know they have prediabetes.
Exactly. Prediabetes means blood sugar is higher than normal, but not yet diabetic. that's the perfect moment to act.
Can pre-diabetes be reversed?
In many cases, yes. Weight loss, exercise, diet improvement can bring glucose back to normal range.
So the message is hopeful.
Very hopeful.
What about children?
Unfortunately, type 2 diabetes is increasing in children due to sedentary lifestyle and processed food.
So families must change together.
Yes, parents set the example.
I like the lemon slice in the image. Small detail, but powerful.
Lemon in water instead of soda. That's a symbolic swap.
Prevention is about swaps, not punishment.
Exactly. Swap cereals for oatmeal. Swap white rice for brown rice. Swap elevator for stairs.
Let's discuss sugar addiction.
Sugar activates dopamine. It creates craving cycles.
So reducing sugar gradually is smarter than quitting suddenly for most people.
Yes, step-by-step reduction.
What about genetics?
Genetics increase risk, but lifestyle triggers expression.
So genes load the gun, lifestyle pulls the trigger.
Exactly.
Let's talk about portion control.
Portion size has doubled over decades. Eating slowly helps the brain recognize fullness.
20 minutes for satiety signals.
Yes, eat mindfully.
And sleep?
Less than 6 hours sleep increases diabetes risk significantly.
Because of hormonal imbalance?
Yes, ghrelin increases, leptin decreases, insulin sensitivity drops.
So sleep is medicine.
Definitely.
Let's give practical steps.
Step 1. Drink water instead of sugary drinks. Step 2. Walk daily. Step 3. Sleep 7 to 8 hours. Step 4. Eat balanced meals with protein and fiber. Step 5. Reduce stress intentionally.
And regular checkups.
Blood glucose testing annually if at risk.
Final message?
Diabetes prevention is not about fear. It's about empowerment.
Healthy habits create a sweet life without dangerous sugar levels.
And Sophie, since many of our listeners are in the United States and the United Kingdom, I think it's important to add something very concrete: numbers. Because sometimes statistics wake people up.
Yes, numbers make the situation real. In the United States, according to the CDC, more than 37 million people are living with diabetes. That's about 1 in 10 Americans.
1 in 10. That means in a group of 10 friends, statistically, one person has diabetes.
Exactly. And even more concerning, around 96 million American adults have prediabetes. That's more than 1 in 3 adults.
1 in 3. That's massive. And many of them don't even know it.
Yes, because prediabetes often has no clear symptoms. Blood sugar is elevated, but people feel fine.
Until complications begin years later.
Correct. And in the UK, the situation is also serious. Over 4.3 million people are diagnosed with diabetes.
And it's estimated that around 850,000 more people are living with diabetes but remain undiagnosed.
So nearly 5 million total when you include undiagnosed cases.
Yes, and about 90% of those cases are type 2 diabetes, which is largely preventable.
That's the key word, preventable.
Exactly. Studies in both the US and UK show that lifestyle interventions can reduce the risk of developing type 2 diabetes by up to 58% in high-risk individuals.
58% reduction. That's not a small improvement. That's life-changing.
Yes, the Diabetes Prevention Program in the United States followed people with prediabetes. Those who lost just 5 to 7% of their body weight and exercised 150 minutes per week reduced their risk dramatically.
Let's translate that practically. If someone weighs 90 kilograms, losing just 4.5 to 6 kilograms can significantly reduce risk.
Exactly. Not extreme transformation, just moderate weight loss.
And 150 minutes per week, that's 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week.
Very realistic. Walking, cycling, swimming, dancing, it doesn't have to be complicated.
Another statistic that surprised me, in the US, diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death.
Yes, and it contributes to heart disease, which is the leading cause of death. Diabetes doubles the risk of heart attack and stroke.
And in the UK, diabetes accounts for around 10% of the NHS budget.
Which shows prevention is not only personal, it's economic.
Absolutely. Preventing diabetes reduces pressure on healthcare systems.
Let's talk about sugar consumption.
The average American consumes about 17 teaspoons of added sugar per day.
while the recommended limit is around 6 teaspoons for women and 9 for men.
So many people are consuming almost double the recommended amount.
And in the UK, similar patterns exist. High consumption of sugary drinks has been linked strongly to increased diabetes risk.
That's why the UK introduced the sugar tax on soft drinks.
Yes, to encourage companies to reduce sugar content.
And it worked to some extent. Many drinks were reformulated with lower sugar.
Public policy can help, but personal responsibility is still essential.
Let's talk about physical inactivity. In the US, about 25% of adults report no leisure time physical activity.
And sedentary jobs increase the problem. Sitting for long hours reduces muscle glucose uptake.
So even if someone goes to the gym once a week but sits all day, that's still risky.
Exactly. Movement should be consistent throughout the day.
Standing desks, short walks, stretching breaks.
Even cleaning the house counts as physical activity.
Another alarming statistic, in both the US and UK, obesity rates have increased significantly over the last decades. Obesity is one of the strongest risk factors for type 2 diabetes.
Yes, in the US, over 40% of adults are classified as obese.
That's nearly half the population.
And obesity in children is rising too. Childhood obesity increases the risk of developing diabetes earlier in life.
Which means longer exposure to complications.
Exactly. The earlier diabetes begins, the more time it has to damage organs.
Let's talk about complications so people understand the seriousness.
Diabetes is the leading cause of kidney failure in both the US and UK.
It's also a leading cause of blindness in adults.
And nerve damage can lead to foot ulcers and amputations.
That's something many people don't realize. Diabetes is one of the leading causes of non-traumatic lower limb amputations.
Yes, but again, these are largely preventable with good glucose control and early intervention.
So early screening matters.
Absolutely, especially for people over 45 or younger if overweight with additional risk factors.
Family history, high blood pressure, high cholesterol.
Yes, and women with a history of gestational diabetes are at higher risk later in life.
Let's talk about ethnic disparities.
So, in the US, African American, Hispanic, Native American, and South Asian populations have higher rates of type 2 diabetes compared to white populations.
And in the UK, South Asian and Black communities have higher prevalence rates.
Which means targeted prevention programs are important.
Healthy eating education must consider cultural foods.
Yes, prevention should adapt, not erase traditions.
For example, instead of removing rice completely, reduce portion size and add more vegetables and protein.
Exactly. Balanced plate model. Half vegetables, 1/4 protein, 1/4 whole grains.
Let's discuss technology. Continuous glucose monitors are becoming more common.
Yes, and wearable devices encourage physical activity.
Apps track steps, sleep, calorie intake.
Technology can motivate accountability.
But discipline still matters.
Always.
Let's talk about mental health. Depression is more common in people with diabetes.
Yes, and stress eating contributes to weight gain.
So emotional health is part of prevention.
Absolutely. Community support, counseling, healthy coping mechanisms.
I think the biggest message today is this: diabetes prevention is possible, measurable, and supported by science.
And it doesn't require perfection, it requires consistency.
Small improvements daily.
Water instead of soda today. Walk after dinner tonight. Sleep 1 hour earlier.
And check your numbers.
Because what gets measured gets managed.
If you're listening in the US or the UK, remember, you are not alone. Millions are facing the same risk, but millions can also change direction.
Prevention starts with awareness.
And awareness starts with conversations like this.
Healthy habits truly create a sweet life, not just sweet taste, but sweet health, sweet longevity, sweet energy.
And the best time to start?
Today.
We'll continue diving deeper in our next discussion, maybe about meal planning specifically for diabetes prevention.
Or how to read food labels properly.
Or how to build a weekly anti-diabetes routine.
Because prevention is not one decision, it's a lifestyle architecture.
And we're here to help you build it step by step.